Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will continue our alternate history of the world series. And a few major changes will happen after the fascists do something. Well, in reality, as we know, this never happened. But it would be cool. But it would have been worse because there would have been so much conflict. The human population might even be less, but who even knows? Maybe it grew. We don't even know. Maybe yeah. And probably about the 1980s, so soon we'll be in season 2, which will be modern world, although not really modern, but you get it. The point, it'll basically be alternate future from alternate history, but it'll still be called alternate history season 2. But the only reason it's going to be a season 2 is because, well, think of it. If it's 2025 and it's all alternate history, it's going to be a bit weird. But yeah. As this war broke out, probably in 81. 91, I mean. The movement of the fascist Libya into here and over here, Turkey is launching an offensive into the Middle East, with Turkey's forces going pretty fast along with Central Asia and their puppet states. And as you can tell in this timeline, it's not the same as ours was. As the front line extends like this, it's improbable that this will manage to stand. With the side of the pact seeing that this is improbable to stand, they launch a peacekeeping mission into the south. Or so they call it. And so the peacekeeping forces managed to take this before the fall of the Arabian Peninsula. But in the Algerian front, before they can even do that, which, yeah, they're preparing it, right? Take them a few weeks, so it's not like the Middle East one where they could do it instantly. They had to prepare this one by sending some troops and stuff that were used over there. But by the time they can prepare it, both these fronts have fallen. And so they signed a peace treaty. The invasion of Sudan took place. And the invasion of Sudan was pretty successful. Well, actually, the invasion was technically a part of this, but forgot. So yeah, it's coming in late. Oh yeah. And this is not where and this is where the North African order is starting to expand quick. This could become a new world order with the biggest fears. But the only problem is Eastern democracies and Western democracies, depending on the part of the world, are starting to dispute over what democracy ends. But the biggest problem is with this dispute is that it's two alliances we're talking about. One alliance, and there's reforms that are making more areas less democratic than other areas, but still all democracies, and that's causing disputes because some are accusing others of overstepping democracies' borders, but who's even sure what is going on? But as we can tell, this kind of happens. With India, China, and Russia deciding a new alliance is favorable to their peoples, as their views are slightly different from the rest of this alliance, which the fascists are happy about. You know why? Because nations that sign on it include, a lot of the nations signed on it, especially in the Eastern world. But Indonesia kind of didn't. Let's see about Africa. What's more, the Congo joins them. A lot of former colonies are seeing this as a good idea, but not necessarily, as I see this Western one more protective. But Argentina kind of has a problem as they're overthrown, made fascist. So they kind of declare war on a few people. After becoming fascist, the government says, oh, so all of our neighbors are weaker than us, so let's take them all on at once, because power, and they're trying to show strength. And the Falklands just kind of joins casually, and the British is like, what's going on here? But yeah. An invasion of Uruguay takes place, an invasion of southern Chile, an invasion of central, an invasion of Bolivia and Chile, and so on until they declare the Argentinian New Order. Expansionist. To a degree. As he declares war on them and these guys, because they can. Because they can expand. Expansion is crucially important for them. And as we can tell, when expansion happens, government changed. But this is not a fascist government. It's more of a isolationist, which means it pretty much is just neutral. But not really, because it's expanding. So if that makes any sense. As the fall happens, and sanctions are laid upon them. But at this point, after conquering these nations before signing a peace treaty, they declare war on Mozambique and them. But that's pretty much all the expansion they're going to be doing. For both the democratic alliances threaten involvement. And they sign a Zambian puppet being created. And at this point, as you can see, they're pretty strong. The fascists try to align with them, but they don't really work that well. But Belarus votes to join because they turn fascist. Where else do we see somebody vote this? Well, these guys, they don't want to be invaded, so they do that. Pick that alliance. Where else could we say they picked the alliance? Venezuela, that would make sense. But Colombia joins this after they start claiming that. And yeah, a Cuban crisis happens in the 90s. Exactly. That makes so much sense. There's not even a Soviet Union left in the 90s. Who knew? Or is it the 80s? I think it's the 90s. So it's going to be the 2000s next. And so on until we get to season 2, which is pretty interesting considering this series started in 1910, I believe. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out! But not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!